Hi, this is John with Estimator for SketchUp. As a custom builder and designer, I like to build highly detailed 3D models of every house that I'm going to build ahead of time. Not only do I get great visuals for my customers and my clients, but I also get highly detailed, accurate estimates and plenty of details to show my carpenters, tradespeople, and etc. So that we're all on the same page. We all know what to expect ahead of time, which is hugely important in construction. How you get your design, whether you're a designer or whether you're going to bring in an architect's design and build the model of it, there's a multitude of ways of doing that. And in this particular video, this is going to be the first part of a series of videos of how we're going to take a two-dimensional set of plans and turn it into a very highly detailed 3D model. And what we're going to do in this example is to show how to import a drawing into SketchUp to start building upon for the model. Now you can either bring in a DWG ideally if you have those files, but oftentimes we as builders will get PDF files of the floor plans and elevations. Well, then we want to get it into SketchUp, and there's an easy way of doing that that's actually free with a software called Inkscape. So if I open up Inkscape here, you can Google Inkscape and download it. This is a Windows version. It's free. And I just opened up a PDF of a floor plan. This is a foundation plan for the house that we're going to model. And you can see not everything has come through, but where I'm seeing all the walls and so forth, that's all the information I'm going to need to trace over it. I don't need all the section markers and dimension lines and so forth and extensions, but we'll delete those. And you can either take time to delete them here or delete them over in SketchUp. And I'm just, in this example, we're going to delete anything we don't need over in SketchUp. So in Inkscape, I've just simply opened up this PDF, and I'm going to say File, and I'm going to Save As. And in this case, I'm going to save it as a DXF. And I had already done that once before, but I'm going to override it and I'll hit Save. Okay, and it's coming up with some options here that I really don't know what they mean, but it works with the default information that's there. So we're just going to click OK. It already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes, you won't normally see that on the first go around. So now I've created the DXF of that floor plan. So I'm going to minimize Inkscape right now, and I'm going to go back into SketchUp and simply say File, Import, and I'm going to choose that file. And we'll go to my documents in here and find that job file. We're going to open up or import a DXF, and there's our lower level foundation and import. Okay, so now you can see we've got all this information in there. I've got all my walls and doorways and so forth. If I look at our layers, there's one layer called lower level foundation, and we're going to put all this on layer 0. Now that I've brought this in, I'm going to delete all this stuff that I don't need. There's quite a bit of information in here that we do not need. A bunch of lines that we don't want, so I'm just going to delete a lot of these section cuts we do not need. Dimension extensions and so forth that we do not need. This gets the point across. I've got all the walls that I need to see in here. Okay, and there's a deck, a patio out here, and then there's a patio here. I've got this one dimension that I know is 26 feet from the PDF. So this is not to scale right now. If I use the tape measure tool, you can see I've got 468 feet, which we know that's not the case. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose the 2 points that I do know, from this point to this point, and I'm going to type in 26 feet. And it's going to say, do you want to resize the model? And I'm going to say yes. And then when I come over here, delete my guides. Now when I check this thing out, it's 26 feet. And I know that this is a 10-inch concrete wall, so we're good. All right, now that I've got this in here, I can go ahead and delete Let's just go ahead and delete this dimension line. First thing I'm going to do is clean up my layers. So I'm going to put all this on layer 0. So I'm going to choose this, and I'm going to this layer that it came in on, and I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to say move the contents to the default layer, which is layer 0. So now we're clean. We just have one layer in here that we're bringing in. All right, so I'm going to now select everything, and I'm going to hit G to make it a component. I'm going to call this lower FP for lower floor plan. Okay, and then I'm actually going to save this. Okay, I'm going to save as, and I'm going to put in that same folder that I was working in, and I'm going to call this lower FP, which is already named, and save it. And then what we're going to do is bring that into our template file that we're going to use to start building the model with. So that was an example of how to bring in a PDF, convert it to a DXF, and bring it into SketchUp to start building your model. So I hope that's helpful, and stay tuned for the next parts. Thank you.